That I ever introduced to you the Queen of Umukwata herself. Kitty 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 my boy. Kitty kitty my boy. Oji nika kitty kitty oji.
You don't know what you're saying. Good morning, Rufai on fire.
Kitty kitty.
Queen of Umukwata with the slice of southwestern, the southwestern spice. Hot ataro.
Yeah, I see.
Ayo, the Queen of Umukwata that is not giving her community light. They must give their community light.
Oh yes,
they must give your community light.
We've been in talk.
Excellent.
Serious talk.
Excellent.
I trust our governor, Deputy Governor of Delta State.
Yes.
You will do it. You will do it for us, Nubwa Nation.
Yes.
Good morning, Ayo. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good.
Fantastic. Our favorite Najawa. Good morning. How are you?
I saw your other side. I didn't know you.
Which way? Oh.
Straight. I feel like I'm saying OG area.
Underline our favorite Najawa. Our.
Dr. Bat is not here, so today I'll manage that one.
Our favorite Najawa.
Our.
All right. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending in Rivers State, where the state's administrator, Vice Admiral Ibakete Ibas, on Sunday issued a powerful call for peace as the state transitions back to democratic governance following recently concluded local government elections. While speaking during a Thanksgiving service, Ibas urged Rivers people to abandon political rivalry and personal interest in favor of lasting peace and development.
People must rise above bitterness, rivalry, and self-interest to pursue the greater goal of our state. The progress and prosperity of Rivers State must be placed above personal and/or partisan interests. I make a special appeal to our political actors. Shake the sword. Politics must never be an excuse to destroy the very state we are called to serve. Rivers State cannot afford the last season of division and agreement. To our youth, you are the strength of Rivers State. Do not allow yourself to be used as tools for violence.
Well, I mean, you know, Rufai, Ibas's call for unity is crucial in healing political wounds and, of course, rebuilding trust between communities that have been torn apart by electoral violence. And, of course, you know, the partisanship that has been rocking Rivers State for a while. So let me take some tweets, because obviously you know that there will be reactions to this Thanksgiving service as well. This is from D1, who wrote, anybody who values his peace should avoid meddling in Fubara's issue with both Wike and Tinubu going forward. The guy will not send you if you try to support or defend him in any way. Are you guys listening?
Yes,
He has been reinstated. Let him face his work and his relationship with his Oga. Well, Mezie wrote, Tinubu said he boycotted the Constitution of Nigeria to appoint Ibas as sole administrator of Rivers State in a democracy because of heightening insecurity in Rivers. This is almost 6 months, and we haven't seen Ibas in any security scene in Rivers State. The only thing we've been seeing is that a man sent on a mission to tackle insecurity is now writing off billions from government coffers to only God knows where. Someone sent on a mission to tackle insecurity hasn't caught one criminal in the last 6 months. Fair point. But he has conducted a local government election, which is nowhere near the insecurity he said he came to tackle. I don't blame them. I blame Nigerians who don't want to take actions. This is 21st century, and responsible citizens all around the world are waking up to taking drastic actions to stop corrupt politicians. Of course, Nigerians are going to speak because there's so much, awareness. There's so much talk about, young Nigerians taking up, the democratic process and all of that. But in the meantime, there's a video before I come to you that has now made the rounds in which we saw Ibas and his wife showing or dancing and singing praises during that Thanksgiving celebration. Let's take a look. We had a longer video, but they were saying, Ibas is just looking around. What's happening? It was just the wife side. But of course, Thanksgiving. Bye, go ahead. The wife is dancing.
Won't she?
Rufai on
First
fire.
lady is sweet.
Okay,
Wait,
so for me,
She was first lady though.
yes, so
We don't even know, she didn't even have a title.
it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
she was
wife of Solar.
wife of Solar
Administrator.
Yeah. See, for me, I speak to a lot of government people, and the argument they made when the state of emergency happened was the fact that they even used it to save Fubara. I totally condemn that argument. You used to save Fubara, but you created an aberration on the democratic institution. I don't want such a demo. I would have preferred Wike should have done his worst to Fubara. And please, for the opportune time, we are not fighting for Fubara. Fubara is too inconsequential in what we are fighting for. What we are fighting for is the sanctity of the office of the governor. Because Wike that is doing it today, nobody dares do that to him when he was governor. Whatever agreements Fubara and Wike had in their closets, that's their business. But as long as Fubara was already the governor, that seat we're fighting for. And for me, it's a fair fight of principle. Just like I lent my voice in favor of Governor Sanwo-Olu when he was facing his own with those above and the Lagos State House of Assembly matter. The speaker. Do I disagree with Governor Sanwo-Olu? Yes, we don't agree on some things. We agree on some things. But for Fubara is not the bone of contention because Fubara will come and he will go. But if you start to desecrate the seat of the governor because it doesn't favor you, then that's what I have something against. And that's why I was talking about institutions. So on that score, it will have been beneficial for even Fubara to have been impeached. Let's see how the process pans out, rather than say you were saving him by putting a state of emergency. So is it what you are saying invariably, as the state of emergency now become a play tool in the hands of politicians that if you want to settle the score and say, okay, let me hold your hand for the other one while he conducts his local government elections, we'll quickly declare state of emergency. You know, it's such a joke, and that's why some groups are already saying because Matawale and Dauda are fighting in Zamfara, declare state of emergency. You can see the joke our democracy has become. And these are the vestiges of demonstration of grace in state affairs.
All right.
I yield the floor.
All right, then. Well, we'll continue to follow up on the story. Let's go to Tokyo now, where the 2025 World Athletics Championships are currently underway. Well, over the weekend, track and field star and world record holder Tobi stirred up controversy after revealing the kit she received from the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. In a viral video posted on Snapchat, Amusan highlighted the disparity, noting that while some athletes were gifted boxes of apparel and gear, Nigerian athletes only received a small nylon bag with just 2 outfits. Well, let's take a look at that clip, and then we'll take some reactions.
All the other countries, they give their athletes suitcases. See what in Nigeria pack kits put for athletes. Every year, that's how they collect her. It's one small lino bag. This country will steady embarrass you. Now, can't say many people not switch allegiance. Now, never ready. 1, Rosie is a laugh. I'll put it for video now. 2, men are the can't more. 2 like that. Even blind man not say this thing. It go be like Nika for my body. They give us 2. Down the water. Wait a minute. They went to bash bash one. Wear long tights. Wear 3/4 tights. Wear long sleeve. No singlet. No nothing. We don't even get clothes we go wear for dining. This thing they give us now is strictly competition gear.
Strictly competition gear, that's what I say. But you know, in response, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria accused Amusan of misleading the public, revealing that she demanded business class travel while other athletes flew economy. Well, according to the AFN president, Amusan received exactly the same comprehensive kit package as every other Nigerian athlete at the World Championships in Tokyo. AFN further explained that the hurdler deliberately displayed only one small portion of her complete gear allocation to create a false narrative, while the remainder of the competition items were scheduled for delivery in systematic batches throughout the championship period. I mean, this was such a response, right? The AFN president also went on to address travel arrangements, revealing that while the federation booked all athletes in economy class to manage costs, amusan specifically refused to travel unless upgraded to business class. Our athletes are flying economy, forcing AFN to purchase a separate premium ticket for high loan at considerable additional expenses. Let me take some reactions. This is from Major, who wrote, 2 simple questions. 1, why did you have to send the kids separately? Would it not have been prudent? Kids in a single packet? 2, why should your athletes fly economy all the way to Tokyo? Nigeria to Tokyo is very far. Sitting on an economy cabin for such a long flight may even impact their performance. They need to be comfortable. Hence, she opted for business class. Only a person who has never seen the inside of a plane or flew directly to Asia would argue about this. This is what this Twitter user is saying. But I am not surprised. It's Nigeria, the epitome of mediocrity. Well, Elvis wrote, they got exposed and suddenly claimed the kits were being sent in batches. But why didn't the United Kingdom, the USA, and others send theirs in batches? A kit that fits in one suitcase abroad is being sent to Nigerian athletes in batches. Make it make sense. And that's the question, Ayo. Yes. Make it make sense. Because we did see other videos of other athletes from different parts of the world, the United States to start with, because I saw this one, I mean, even in, in Africa.
They're all going to the same competition. They're all competing on that. So whether US anywhere.
This is the question. But how is it that they got their complete gear and Toby is saying that she's got just 2 packs? But we also know that the company that is responsible for the kits said that they were going to have, a bunch of kits, a bunch of items in their kits.
Okay. Ayo. Maybe it's systematic because it's Ekene Dilichuku or GIG that taking
stop.
No, maybe it's local transport. The athletes went by air, but the kits are coming behind them by dispatch. It's systematic dispatch via GIV. God is good motors is taking dispatch.
God is good motors would actually deliver
faster, right?
It's
coming. No, I mean, it's so sad that we keep talking about these things, and that's why we keep losing our best athletes. Where's Favor Ofili today? OG, the same incompetence, administrative wahala that has driven this youngster from Nigeria to Turkey. Now, Tobi Amusan, despite all the Rufai's words, shenanigans that what did you like? Despite all the shenanigans of the Athletic Federation of Nigeria, has remained with Nigeria a world-class, world-breaking athlete. And you are accusing I think the AFN president ought to face the National Assembly at this rate to come out with that kind of disgraceful statement. To say that she flew first business class while others flew, you should hide your head in shame. Nigerian athletes, so this is what they are going through. So what is the point of them coming back and then we give each of them $100,000 and houses in Abuja? Can they use that money to invest in our athletes so that they can actually have a better chance at these competitions? So that kit is not in any way comparable anywhere in the world. And if we keep talking about different aspects that's failing in Nigeria, let's see the budget that was allocated to this competition. Let us see how much money, because they're saying that the money wasn't enough. Let us see how much, line item by line item, and how the money was spent, because we will see that someone dropped the ball along the way. And that is why we're having kits in batches where some are coming with first class, others with dispatch ride. But in all honesty and in truth, when can we get it right? Somebody said, and I was ashamed to really agree with the person, that we are becoming an epitome of mediocrity. Whereby if it's mediocre, then it's a Nigerian thing. And that's not who we are.
Right.
We have talented people. We have excellent people. It's just that we keep putting square bolts in square pegs, round pegs in square holes. We keep putting people who are not fit for the job in the position, and they come out with press statements like this in justification for a poor show out. I keep saying, until heads roll, until their punishment and very publicly so, we will continue to see this shameful display on the global scene. I hope that they apologize to Tobi Amusan and they apologize to all the athletes who had to fly in inconvenience to Japan to represent Nigeria and bring back the trophy.
Treat our athletes right. Then you can talk when I take this one.
Okay, because I need to chime into that story.
We're still on the sports, yes.
Okay.
And this is for you because my Akwa Ibom sister.
No, I'm from Cross River, but it's okay. We are collabo.
Meanwhile, in Akwa Ibom this weekend marked the closing ceremony of the State Sports Festival, a week-long event that aimed to affirm Governor Umo Eno's commitment to using sports as a tool for unity. Throughout the festival, over 3,000 athletes competed in 18 different sporting events. Both the opening and closing ceremonies featured march parades from 31 local government areas and showcased the state's rich culture through music, dance, and costumes. Let's take a look. This is what I say, Akwa Ibom, no, they carry last. Yes. Well, the governor, Umo Eno, made a significant move by creating a Ministry of Sports for the first time during that festival. And this is the first time in the state's history. They're to be led by journalist and sports administrator Paul Bassi. The governor also approved a new sports academy and provided sporting equipment to boost training and performance. Well, looking at other states serving by, events like this, like even the Ogun Sports Festival in May, it's clear that states across the country are investing in sports as a way to, empower young people in a wide range of fields, from swimming and tennis and judo and track. And we're seeing our state governors doing the Lord's work for our athletes in Nigeria. And this is what we need to encourage, man. And also, tie it in with the, Athletics Federation of Nigeria and their response to our athletes that are going out there to the world to represent Nigeria.
Because this is where it starts. It starts in the grassroots. Yes. And you want these young people to have aspirations to want to represent Nigeria on the global platform. But there needs to be an encouraging trajectory to do so. As much as we're all patriotic and everybody wants to represent their country, let it not be a burden that you're being made to represent your country. But let me start with Akwa Ibom. So I love the story of the sports festival because it dates back to when it was Midwestern State under Brigadier General Samuel Ogbemudia. And he's the one who created the sports festival because he felt like the region didn't have a niche. And then it disappeared for a while. It was Udom Emmanuel who brought it back in 2017. And, since then they've been able to, put it on consistently and it's growing. And we know that Uyo already has a stadium. So I love the fact that these facilities that we create are not turning into white elephants. We're looking for creative ways to continue to engage the infrastructure that we invest in. So Ogun State, I believe Bayelsa also has a nice sports festival. So I think this is really incredible. But again, going back to the original point, which is that this is supposed to be a grassroots level of identifying talent, investing in talent, so that they can take their careers globally.
Right.
To add to that story of what's happening in Tokyo, there's a report, and I challenge the AFN to dismiss it, which is that there were more officials who traveled than athletes. You saw. So, and that's why I'm saying that, please, come and debunk it. Because the people are saying that it was 15 athletes and there were more officials. So maybe, the athletes couldn't be put in business class because the officials had already taken up all the seats in business class.
Couldn't they get the sponsors to put them on business class?
And it just chimes into the same point that it's in vain if we're celebrating the fact that when they do well against all odds, then we now shower them with gifts. How about we invest? We don't even need 100,000 per person. We just invest a minimal amount to ensure that they have conducive conditions that when they get there, they're also able to perform at their best. They have peace of mind. All these stories of I did well against all odds shouldn't be the norm. It should not be the norm at all.
And a lot of her counterparts, her sports mates have also chimed in. We said in her support on this whole mess. I mean, we need some more information from the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. Now to Abuja. We have an update on a story we brought you last week. The Minister of Women's Affairs, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, has met with staff members following their protest over poor welfare and working conditions. During a town hall meeting, the minister pledged renewed commitment to staff well-being and called for unity and dialogue. In response, union representatives acknowledged that the protest had been renewed support for the minister. Well, in a gesture of goodwill during the meeting, the minister announced some palliatives that each worker present there would get. Even they'll receive 50 kg bag of rice. Let's take a look.
I was not informed of any meeting. I was not prepared. But it should have held, if only, when I came downstairs to escort this ambassador, the lifts were not switched off. And that's when I knew that I had to have this meeting regardless, because I want to hear the reason why you switch anybody's lift or off anybody's light. You know, we have a lot of work to do when it comes to breathing team spirit, when it comes to understanding our job. You see, this civil service thing or ministry thing is structured. Do you know all what you're complaining about has nothing to do with me? Do you know that? Ask the cabinet secretary, there's nothing she brings for approval that we did not agree and approve. Only like 2 things. One of them was fistula. And fistula because I cannot sign what will put all of us in trouble.
I must commend this woman, and this is what we need to see. Government taking action. We put out a report. The response, we asked her to meet with the workers. She met with the workers and promised to pay attention to their plights. The workers also raised additional concerns about housing, training opportunities, and inclusion, which the minister assured will be addressed within available resources. Kudos to the Minister of Women's Affairs. Accountability. Kudos. Well, still in Abuja.
If it was some people.
You can say that.
No, which people?
I say if it was some people before, they would sue all the...
But they will call you to NBC and they will tell you to...
They will sue.
They say, don't...
In fact, they will sue everybody. They will sue to the extent that they will sue UN.
Producer said we should move.
Oh yeah, please. Sorry, I'm taking it.
I don't know who you are talking about.
I don't know too.
Well, kudos to the Minister of Women's Affairs. Well, still in Abuja, the media advisor to Atiku Abubakar, Paul Ibe, is calling on FCT Minister Nyesom Wike to clean up what he called mountains of waste across the city. In a series of videos posted on X, Paul Ibe revealed piles of refuse in Utako Motor Park, Gwari District area, and Gwaringpa, saying that the refuse dumps have taken over major parts of the city. And I'll take Paul Ibe's tweet, and he wrote in part, waste management and environmental degradation have become issues of serious concerns in Abuja, the federal capital. Investigations suggest that the FCDA appears overwhelmed by the challenges of mountains of waste that have taken over some major parts of the city. I honestly think that Minister Nyesom Wike needs to dedicate more time to the governance of the FCT before the entire city is overrun by refuse. By the way, this intervention was inspired by what journalist Deji Badmus did in Lagos through his sustained campaign to have a manhole that had caused multiple road accidents on the airport road to the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos fixed. Well, let's take a look at the videos that Paul Ibe posted before we take some reactions. Let's pull up that video really quickly. And then I just look at this, and I did see some videos that you posted online as well. And let me just take some reactions to this story, then you'll respond. Well, this is from Just Uso, who wrote, as governor of Rivers State, he could not tackle the menace of waste management. The whole city was overrun with refuse, so he can't give what he does not have. But he will give you guys good roads and flyover. You know that. That's what Minister Wike will do. He will give you roads. But you know, according to eBay, these mountains of trash have clogged the drainage and have aggravated flooding, especially during heavy rains, for the piles of trash in Gwaringpa. He said that the adjoining street's entrance has been almost completely blocked by this pile of trash. And as a result, residents have started calling the street Refuse Bola Road. Bola Road? Well, I mean, okay, go ahead.
Let me just hazard a reaction. I'm sure when they're going to react, they will abuse you for saying that you do not consider the other areas of Abuja that he has cleaned and the roads he has done.
We've said that he does flyovers.
No, this is the reaction they're going to give you.
Okay.
Then the second thing, they will not tell you that they are coming to cleaning that place. Then the third part, they will not tell you that it's because of the work they are doing it one by one, that the contractors did not go to sites. Then they will now finish it with abuse and saying you don't even know your job, that you are not a journalist, you know. They will abuse you and all of that. You see, but all of these abuses does not erase the fact that a federal capital territory has become a mountain of death. Oh, the last one, Oji, part of their defense, what they will say is that they will say, why are you blaming the government? What about the people that are going to pour debt there? In fact, so they will not blame the people.
They will blame, okay.
And now say it's the people's fault that they are pouring debt there. After they will not abuse you again. They will not say you don't know your job as a journalist. But you see, it doesn't stop the fact that things are not being properly done.
It's not fair.
Rather than them focus on cleaning FCT, they are busy focused on Rivers State where they are not governor any longer. But if you say this one now, they will come, they will abuse you.
Yes.
And say, get out.
Well, you know
because
what I
for
love?
them, it's government of abuse. But we are happy that...
Yes.
No, the last one, Oji, sorry.
Go ahead.
Let me make this point. They will say, Polibe is opposition, is PDP. That's why he's a Atiku spokesperson.
ADC.
That ADC now, that was his own concern, that
But that's
his body,
the
they
job
prepare him.
of the opposition.
No,
that is the job
I've
of
already,
the opposition.
you know why?
Yeah,
I've already
yes.
responded for them.
Okay.
So that...
Do you have telepathic access to that, your best friend? Your bestie?
Sorry, just a minute.
Yes,
The danger
it's
of a
not
single
a
story.
minute.
Not a minute. Danger of a single story. Usually what politicians do is that they take out adverts to show what they are doing right.
Yeah.
And this is the responsibility of citizens to tell the other part of the story. You
is
cannot be a leader and focus on one area and do very well and leave other parts to falter. Security, waste management in FCT has been big in the news. He needs to fix this.
All right. You know what I love about what we've been doing so far? I mean, Deji Badnos put out a post on that manhole. Lagos governor responded. We put out a story about Kebbi State governor responded. Fire the commissioner. We put out a story about the Minister of Women Affairs. She responded. Now, we are challenging Minister Governor Nyesom Wike to respond
up to the task.
He will respond.
He's up to the task.
He will respond, but he will just also use flickers of insults to respond. Small,
okay.
then he will not respond. He will not do it fully. Don't worry.
All right.
Why